What should you do if you have just been broken up with by your girlfriend? That's what we're going to discuss here today. I'm Jared Mello, and this is Mello Mentoring. I normally make videos about supplements, mental health, relationships, other kinds of self-improvement. So if that sounds interesting to you, please do subscribe. And I have my book, Radical Self-Respect, that I'm using this quarantine time as an opportunity to finish the ebook. Whoa! So that's pretty cool too. But, gentlemen, what should you do if you've been broken up with by a woman? I think the first thing to do is use it as an opportunity to grow in our own lives. Everything that happens to us, there's going to be something to learn and an opportunity that we can take from it if we are willing to look at it through the right lens. And in my life, some of my most painful experiences, I've been able to turn them around into one of the best experiences of my life because I really took the opportunity to reflect upon myself and then reflect on the relationship. As a guy, unless you've cheated or something, usually what's happened is the woman has lost attraction for you because you've gone off course. Like all men should have a purpose. All men should have a mission. And if a man sways from that too much and starts spending too much time with his girl and spending too much attention on them, the attraction tends to fade. And when the guy starts doing more and more with the pursuing, and the woman doesn't reach out first anymore, those are all the signs of lower attraction on the woman's part. And in the countless amount of guys I've coached on this, I hear the same things over and over. The guy says things like, oh, I would have done anything for this woman. I loved her with all my heart. And the point is, they stopped working on themselves. They started looking to their woman for fulfillment. And we can't do that. And women don't even understand why we can't do that. But there's a certain subsector of guys that when they spend too much love and energy on their woman, the woman's going to lose attraction for them. Other guys, this doesn't happen to because they already are obsessed with their purpose and mission. And the woman's just always trying to beg and scratch for any claws of attention that she can get from him. But other guys are a little more prone to wanting to spend more time with women and wanting to spend more time on their girlfriend. I have my theories as to why that is. I think it comes from maybe having an overprotective mother growing up. You become used to having that close female presence. And then once you hit puberty, all of a sudden your mother's love and approval, of course, doesn't quite feel the same anymore. You want to transfer that to another person, another woman that's of sexual maturity age, right? And that overprotectiveness transfers to the guy wanting to be in a relationship all the time. And this could happen possibly too when a guy's been neglected, but I think it happens more when the mother is overprotecting. And I think that's been the case in my life. My mom was so good to me. She did everything and to make me feel loved, and probably did too much for me though. And there's probably no coincidence that I turned into a love addict, always trying to seek because I always felt incomplete on my own. And I've really had to learn this lesson the hard way because it'd always be the same. When I was really into a woman, the woman wound up breaking up with me. And so I had to really learn the lesson, hey, what am I doing wrong? One of the things I learned was the radical self-respect lesson, where I gotta keep my mission and purpose first. I can't be just giving my time and attention away so freely without being earned or even appreciated. It's just the way it is. So men, if you look back at your relationship, I think you'll begin to see that you probably had done some of the things wrong that I just mentioned. You started texting too much, trying to spend too much time on them, neglecting your own purpose and mission, saying things like, I would do anything for that person, loved her with all my heart, she's my soulmate, the one. If you caught yourself saying those things, and they don't quite seem to be getting reciprocated, and in fact, it might be the opposite. The more you feel that way, the worse the woman feels, the less attraction the woman feels for you. I got good news for you. This is an opportunity for you to work on yourself, to better yourself, whether it's to explore your career, the direction you're going in, to better improve upon your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health, or embark on a new hobby, or do something new, challenge yourself. But continue to work on yourself in your own life. This is always the right answer. And perhaps there's going to be some sort of lesson that sticks out more than others. Maybe it's learning how to communicate assertively. Maybe it's knowing when to walk away from toxicity in relationships. Maybe it's not gossiping anymore. But whatever the lesson is, there's going to probably be some sort of lesson there to learn if you're willing to take a look at it objectively and with an open mind. And the system I put guys through, once they've gone through this breakup, is it goes through every area of life. And there's always something we could be doing to improve in every area because no one is perfect. But generally speaking, there's going to be about 2 to 3 areas that are going to be sticking out like a sore thumb that are kind of missed in the guy's life. So men, a lot of this comes down to what's our purpose? What's our mission? And I feel like we all have our own unique mission that we should be on. I think part of my mission is doing this YouTube stuff. Part of my mission is doing the book. Part of my mission is perhaps becoming some sort of elected official later. But other people who maybe are good with their hands, their goal, purpose, mission is to make beautiful pieces of, say, art or furniture. Maybe that's their mission. Other people who are geniuses with computers, they're supposed to do something with them. But I'm not here to judge what people's missions are. I'm just trying to facilitate the process for dudes to look within themselves, where if they don't know what their mission is, to find it. And one of the things I always recommend is doing the best you can at everything that we do. There's no reason to half-ass anything. But when we do the best we can, and we listen to Jocko Willink, he says that where responsibility is being neglected, that's often where opportunity is. And he's absolutely right. And if we look into our own lives and we're neglecting our own responsibilities in some cases, there becomes an opportunity for us to pick up the ball again and to grow. So remember, gentlemen, being broken up with may first seem very bitter, but it's certainly not completely bad. It becomes an opportunity for us to grow. It becomes an opportunity for us to become the best version of ourselves. And I also say go no contact with the woman once she's done this. If she breaks up with you, no contact. Wait for her to reach out to you. And I agree with Corey Wayne about this. So if a woman reaches out to you and you want to see her again after a certain length of time, yeah, try to meet up with her when she does that. In some cases, though, the woman's crimes or what she has done to you should warrant you never seeing her again. And so I definitely want to make that caveat too. But that's the whole process here. Be so busy improving ourselves that what's going on around us doesn't matter as much. Like Rollo Tomasi says, a woman should be a complement to our lives, not the focus. When a woman becomes the focus of our lives, we're in some trouble. We're in the quicksand. But everything always goes better for me when I got my work first. I'm trying to get my money right. I'm doing my mission, my purpose. Things seem to fall into place. Women just kind of gravitate towards that kind of thing, and it works. But when I lose sight of my mission and purpose, which happens less and less now, but it still can happen, then things seem to go poorly. So we always got to have our equilibrium. And we don't know what our equilibrium is until we've been okay single for a while. We have a fulfilling life single. We have our hobbies, we have our gym routine, our purpose, the things that we're really into, and like we're completely satisfied with those things. And then I think what happens to some guys is some woman comes in and they're not as good at keeping the boundaries with the activities they already have in their lives. And then things become meshed and they can't keep the time that they had for their other activities, and the woman begins to replace the activities that the dude had in their lives. And that's not good. Like, they should be fit in, like scheduled, like in an itinerary. But we still got to have time to do our own things. And the woman should not overwhelm everything quickly. If anything, it should be a very gradual process of maybe giving her more time over time. But we always got to make sure that our base is good. Our base of being completely okay without them has to be intact. Because if it's not, things are going downhill fast. And you can ask any number of guys, but that's how it is for a lot of them, right? When they lose their focus, when they lose the fact that they're okay with themselves single, and they start to rely more and more on a woman, that's just not what a man should do. Women want strength in their man. And when a man begins to need a woman, that's the opposite of strength. It is weakness. But a man can love powerfully and independently if he has his own life first, if he has his mission first. And he can still really care about the woman, but he's not going to be dependent on her. That's the key. We can't become dependent. We have to love without attachment. How do we love without attachment? We always make sure we're good in our own lives. We have our own core life that is good, that gives us fulfillment. That's what's necessary. So that's my video for today. If you agree with me, please comment below. Or if you think I've missed anything, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And with that, let's continue to do some good things for ourselves in quarantine here. I've actually picked up 30 days of yoga with Adrian. I just did day 2 today. It's pretty cool stuff. It's like a meditation too, but I highly recommend it even for dudes. It actually really helps. So with that, have a good one.